Hey, welcome back to the What If Universe, where we're doing another What If YouTuber interview. If you have anyone you want me to interview, or if I just interview someone because I want to, then yeah, it'll come out whenever. But anyways, I want to introduce Lagg Studios here, so we'll start with that real quick.
Hey all.
So for people who might not know, he used to be called Lag What If. So I do want to ask what led to your name change that happened upon recently, I
Well,
guess.
it's pretty like I wouldn't say. I didn't want to. Everyone was changing their last description in the smaller part of the What If community. When did I change it? This was probably back when I sent my last two videos out back in 2022. Um,
Okay.
Everyone was just changing their last names to What If, and I'm like, well, I want to be original, so the first thing that came to mind was studios, and I'm like, nah, it'll work. It's pretty bland, but I just didn't want to be that sheep following the shepherd, I suppose.
I always felt my name was kind of generic, but then I realized that it's pretty universal if I start talking about anything else theoretically.
Yeah,
That's the funnier thing with mine. It's like it still technically has the name What If in it, but at the same time, what does What If Universe actually mean in
exactly.
context? So it's like it
Yeah,
can go wherever.
and you've done it smart there.
For people who don't know, I actually edited two videos for Lag. We got an upcoming one. Do you want to talk a little bit about it? Since I assume that'll be up before this goes up.
Um, yeah. So, of the What If Universe has edited a video for me, and once again, thank you very much. That was a really
You're
good
welcome.
job. Um, the video is based on something really basic and something I wrote up a while ago. Um, what if the Z Fighters beat Nappa? Because there was a very slim opportunity for that to happen.
And you're gonna have to find out what happens when you check out that video when it drops.
Yes. It
So,
should be dropping soon, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
I mean, like I said, it's either gonna be before this video, like maybe a couple days, or maybe right after. Just depends. When I get time doing the thumbnail for this, it shouldn't take that long, but we'll see how
Yeah.
it goes. Life changes all the time around here, for sure. And I
Yeah,
do want to
it shouldn't take
mention
long.
we did write a collab script last year, so that might become a video this
Oh,
year,
yeah.
even though it's
That's
no
right.
longer gonna be narrated by me. But that's whatever. It's fun. It's a good scenario. I'm pretty sure the
Yeah.
script's good from what I remember. So we'll see if that happens. Honestly,
Yeah. Well, the only one problem with the script is my grammar.
I mean, we have Chat GP. Probably paste the whole thing in there and ask it to grammar correct it these days. Like
Yeah, true.
literally. Like,
I
I
wonder
don't
if I
put
can.
shame for people if people need to do it for that, because why would you pay a subscription for Grammarly at this point? Like, it's kind of dumb, in my opinion.
Yeah, I stopped using Grammarly.
With that, I probably lost all opportunities with sponsorships then, but I don't care. uh, I did want to ask, how do you come up with your Dragon Ball what if scenarios?
Well, for example, for this one, I was just like watching back on. Well, I watched through the entire Dragon Ball Z start to finish, and I didn't skip any filler. I watched the full 281 episodes, and I just, when I was watching the Saiyan Saga again, I'm just like, well, if these two timed this properly, then this could happen. Or if such and such didn't say that, that could happen, you know? And I've also got a good friend. We joke around about what ifs all the time. And yeah, we come up with some pretty funny ideas. Um, and then I wouldn't say, you know, make fun of others, but we find some videos and, we have a laugh about it. We should just find some we scroll through YouTube, find a video. Wouldn't say we criticize it. We just look into it and go, ah, yeah, or holy crap, that sucks.
Honestly, I feel like I'm seeing the latter more with Anime Sage because we're seeing so many like these AI generated what ifs or stuff that's just dubbed over. They're just literally like fan fics because Sage his background like he came from like the fanfic community. It's like he knows a ton of stuff. And he's just really been upsetting him recently, and I kind of get that. Like,
Yeah.
it does feel like some areas, at least outside of Dragon Ball, it's being affected. But I'm sure if I look hard enough, I'm sure I'll find some cringe that exists.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it came when the betrayed and trapped stuff happened. To be honest,
Oh god.
which is the funnier
Oh
part.
god. Yeah.
But for
That
people who
was
don't know,
just
like I actually edited on a couple for Smug Sticks videos for that series, and it's still really funny in hindsight. That was part of that in history.
It was a view grab.
To be fair, as someone who's understands the background from like the more Spanish side of YouTube, I get the reason why he wanted to transfer it over because there really wasn't anything that existed. But at the same time, it opened a door for like everything that's like crazy over there, which is really cool, but also really weird at the same time.
Yeah.
Like you have stories about like Goku being like the Omni King, like really crazy stuff that just happens.
Yeah.
It's like it reminds me back when Geekdom did like his like theory saying like the Grand Priest was evil, which honestly that would have been interesting if that happened, but it's just really funny. That's come full circle because that was like 2017 back when he talked about that, or at least back when TOP was airing, which that's been a while at this point.
Yeah.
I did want to ask what you think of Daima actually is coming out. You have high hopes for it all?
Well, from what I can see, it could be alright. Like, it's fully Akira Toriyama directed, I believe, if I got my sources right.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, which means there's definitely potential, but Akira Toriyama is definitely famous for forgetting things. So, yeah. But otherwise, it's definitely going to be something to look forward to. Well, when is it premiering again?
I think it might be next year, actually, when it's premiering. I don't think it's this year. I think the teaser was this year.
I think we're getting Sparking and the game relatively in same time frame.
Oh, it says fall of 2024. Okay, so we are actually getting that sooner than I thought.
Fall is autumn for you guys. Autumn opposite spring. Cool. Now my birthday. I'll take it.
Yeah, anime seasons are kind of weird when you have people from different parts of the globe.
Well, I think everyone does the same summer, winter, and spring.
No, that's true. I just mean like what actual season is for the person that's airing. I meant.
Yeah. No, I just do the opposite of your guys because you would be you're winter at the moment.
Oh yeah, the low humidity here has been killing my voice. Like even if I wanted to record, I couldn't be able to.
Yeah, and over here it's been summer, and it hasn't felt like summer. It's been pretty mid.
I did want to ask after your rewatch, have there been any particular like Dragon Ball moments or themes that inspire you to create like web scenarios?
I guess it's just the how easy it is to and how literal it is for something else to happen. Like for an example, if like I'll do a crazy one. Like what if Goku gained immortality. That would most likely never happen. If it was early on and it was a mistake, then maybe. But in terms of his character, like anywhere in the story around Z, definitely wouldn't happen. But if you get something like, what if?
I mean, a funny way you could do it for that is like if Vegeta's trying to wish for immortality, accidentally says Goku's name.
Bro,
The dragon grants it. That'd be really funny.
that could be pretty funny.
But that's the only way I could see it legitimately working.
Yeah, like, there's no way like Goku's gonna go out of his way, grab the 7 Dragon Balls.
Yeah, he won't
wish
do
for
it willingly,
immortality.
but having it
No.
happen on accident could happen.
Yeah.
It feels out of his control for some reason.
Yeah. And then if we go with the more literal scenario, like, what if Goku never had the heart virus? We'll go with that one. Like, what are the chances if he didn't get it, or he actually took the freaking medicine? You know, that's an easier one because the option was there.
Oh, yeah, that is true, because sometimes the story does present choices and we see how characters take them.
Yeah, like Goku didn't take the medicine, even though he had 3 freaking years. Couldn't take it with him
I
while
always
he was
found
training.
that kind of weird.
Yeah. Oh, and
but
then
I think
Trunks
the other thing
explain...
is, like, maybe Goku should have not been the person to be told to take it, in hindsight.
And the fact that Trunks did describe the androids properly.
I mean, he did his best, kind of.
He fought them. How could he not say
you could argue
one
he was
blackhead?
traumatized and like he didn't remember fully what they looked like for some reason.
He like fought them like a month before he went on a time machine or something. I don't know.
I think another weird thing is that I'm pretty sure photos exist, so why can't you just show them like a picture or something?
Yeah.
Well, it's like, hey, this is what they look like.
Yeah, do a Peter Parker, that he just put that camera up there, get them in the right spot, and then go, sweet, got it, I'm out of here.
I wouldn't mind if I took a photo before I die. You guys. It's like, yeah, I'm sure.
Turns the flash on.
I'm just thinking how silly trying to just legitimately just ask. How would that go?
Oh boy.
Oh. So for research, do you just typically watch the series? Or you also read like the manga as well?
Watch.
How do you go about that?
Yeah, both. Yeah, I'll just run through it all. And I'll even get some inspiration from online, but wouldn't exactly. I try not to copy anyone, of course. In fact, I don't think I have. I think people have copied me. But yeah, it's just I run through it all, look through like content, just general ideas, or play games even, like the Dragon Ball games.
That is something I know a lot of people like to do, because I believe Budokai 3 has a lot of scenarios, and people are hoping that Sparking Zero does the same thing, which I honestly hope they do. Like, there's a lot of stuff that'd be fun to do.
There's definitely like it looks like it's going to be a good game.
So, like, when you're writing your scenarios, how do you try to like maintain trying to be like stay true to your original storyline while also introducing like your changes into the scenario?
Well, I just make the changes that are illogical that it to occur from event. Like if we'll go back to this one, if Goku had didn't have the heart virus, or took the medicine, he'd take the medicine, and then the scenario would play out from there. Like back to the original part, Jiro would rock up for some weird reason with these bloody clown bot. Then Goku would fight the clown bot. Goku wouldn't fall ill to the heart virus, and he'd probably kick his ass. And then maybe even Jiro might not make it out there alive. Who knows?
That's fair enough.
It's just it's a domino effect. You got to see what was happening in the story, like from one point to another, and predict how it would go if that way wasn't there, using what you've got already there. That sounded confusing as all, didn't it?
I mean, as a what if person, it makes sense, but I'm sure some people listening along probably got lost some point here.
If you've seen, like, surely everyone in the crowd seen like the MCU, literally from what in Endgame, how Banner was shown how you get the time stone and you take it out and then it branches off into another timeline. Think of it as like that.
Yeah, that'd probably be an easier way to explain it to people. I feel like.
Yeah, I hope.
I think the other interesting thing is, like, as far as mainstream what if stuff, we have like Marvel's series like on Disney Plus and like a few comics, but it's surprising that you have these like huge entities that aren't doing a ton of stuff themselves. Like, I'm sure there's plenty of writers who do it legitimately, which is kind of a shame.
Yeah.
That's just something that's in the back of my head, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, What If do have their own series now, which season 2 was pretty mid.
Was the first season good?
Yeah, I didn't mind the first season.
I might actually watch it.
I liked the 4th episode in season 2 because that should have been season 1. But otherwise, yeah, like it's good and then it just goes bad.
Yeah, I can. That happens to a lot of stuff, though. It's probably that they're just not picking the most optimal what if scenarios, because there's plenty of comics that are good that cover what ifs.
There definitely is.
And I'm also curious. I believe there's rumors that Star Wars might try one, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
I think the issue, though, is that the best what if content, I feel like, comes from fans, because while they're not necessarily the original authors, they usually have a good understanding of what they're talking about and can put their own spin on things, it feels like.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. They've got more creativity where they're kind of more structured to a line. I mean, they do have certain points of creativity, but sometimes it just feels pretty forced.
That's how I feel with some of Dave Filoni stuff. Like, while I do like the more structure that the new canon for Star Wars is, like, which people like to call Disney canon, I think that either he's being held back by the company in some aspects, or he's deliberately making some choices that are just kind of strange, it feels like.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I get he's the head of everything, so maybe if they gave him a bit more oversight with stuff would be better, it feels like.
Yeah, that's quite possible.
Yeah, because a while back I edited for a content creator who was reviewing, like, the TV shows, and it's like, Kenobi, like, when watching, it's like, I could see the potential in it, but I also saw so many problems with it's just going on with it. Like,
don't even get me started on the lightsaber. Like, surely, come on. Like, he was hitting the stormtroopers like a baseball bat.
The other
It was
thing is, like,
crazy.
I believe Mandalorian has this whole filler episode dedicated to this, like, scientist who was interested in, like, cloning, but really doesn't go anywhere, it felt like.
I skipped that episode. I don't care if it was important or not. I just could not watch it.
Yeah, it sucks, because that was the one I had to edit for. It's like, imagine that being my first introduction to the show. It's like, that's pretty bad if you have
Oh,
an
it would
episode
be.
that terrible.
Yeah,
The funny
it
thing
would
is, like,
be.
when I think of filler with certain anime, I feel like a decent amount of it feels better than what, like, Star Wars or some of these Marvel shows are trying to do. Like, to fill in time, it feels like, when they're
Yeah.
not trying to actively tell the story.
Funding.
Which is weird, because you think they would do slice of life better with live action, but that's not the case at all, it seems like.
Wish they had a Daredevil season 4.
I thought we were getting that.
Are we?
I think it's not done by Netflix, but they're picking up from where the story left off, I'm pretty sure.
I hope they don't cook it.
I mean, they recently put all the Netflix shows in the MCU canon, so maybe it's a good sign.
Yeah, yeah, true.
I don't know. I like to try to be optimistic with the MCU, because the thing is, like, sometimes you get like a Guardians 3 or like some stuff that you actually like. Like, I know Doctor Strange 2, I know a lot of people don't like it, but for me it's like,
It wasn't too
more,
bad.
if you view it more like a Sam Raimi film, it's like, yeah, I think it's pretty good. Like, I feel like he did a good job with the character. It's weird, but that's kind of what Sam Raimi's kind of known for, I feel like.
Oh, did Sam Raimi direct it?
Yeah, he did.
Huh.
He did
Neat.
that one, and I believe he did the last, like, Spider-Man movie, the more recent one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he also did that one.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll come back to more Marvel stuff, hopefully. I think he would fit in fine.
Yeah. Hang on, can I just give me one tick? Sorry, back.
Alright. Yeah, I want to get him back on track with Dragon Ball. I know we're talking about other stuff.
Yeah, sorry, yeah,
a second.
Yeah.
Are there any specific characters or, like, story arcs you like exploring the most for your what scenarios?
Definitely missed potential. Like, I'm not sure if many people appreciate it, but character development is definitely one thing.
Like, what do you mean by that?
Like, a lot of, like, for an example, like, the Z Fighters, they lacked a lot of, well, they missed out on a lot, like Krillin and the humans, because their power gap was too vast, or even Piccolo for a long time, or Gohan, for an example, even, like, the smaller ones, like, kind of what Masako is doing now. What if Yajirobe was a Z Fighter? He's incorporating him in the story, but, yeah.
I honestly feel like Yajirobe could have been incorporated even a little bit more in original canon, but he was kind of just dropped off, unfortunately.
Yeah, same with Launch.
Well, the weird thing with Yajirobe, though, is that he theoretically could have been training, like, at Korn's Tower, or possibly even, like, meet Kami. Like, that's how close in, like, power scaling he is to Goku in, like, early Dragon Ball. Like, not actual strength, but potential to actually learn from people. It's, like, really dumb that he had.
Yeah, he did. He had crazy potential, which was weird.
Because he's just some random guy Goku kind of meets in the forest type of deal.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know I'm brushing his character a little bit, but I don't feel like going too in depth at the moment.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
So when you're writing things and you run into like challenges, maintain consistency or like coherence, like what do you do like when you run into that wall type of deal?
I either just put it aside for the time being because I'm don't know what it is, but when I put something that like I take a step back and then I go straight back into it, like either the next day, I like it becomes like 5 times easier. That's
Okay.
one way. Otherwise, I'll just stare at a blank line for like an hour, which is like a waste of time. Or I'll get distracted and try to avoid it. But mainly, it's just I'll try and step back from it, and then go back into it once I've get a like a I don't know like a hour breather or a refresher.
I think reached a point where I'm a lot better writing with other people, so that's kind of where
Yep.
like the direction I've gone to recently because I've
Yeah.
always been the collaboration person. It's kind of been close to the start of my channel. It's when more of my better stuff I feel comes out. So
Yeah. Fair.
I am
I do.
excited for. Wait, you can go ahead. My bad.
Oh, sorry. No, the one of the people I work close with because he's a good friend of mine and I've known him for a while. Thyrex, his name is. We go over ideas both on one end or the our end, and like when we come up with a problem, we talk it out as well. Such as like we'd talk about the scenario and they said, well, if that happens, then this might happen, which could create a problem. But he's like, well, but if you look at it from this point of view, this could happen, sort of thing.
Yeah,
So,
I kind of get that.
yeah, so like someone else's point of view helps a lot as well. And it's not just him, for example. I've had multiple people help me out.
I've had several people help me out with different projects. I know in the past, me and Dragonstar were a lot closer, and we had a lot of stuff planned, but obviously stuff happens and it didn't really last too long. Though, to be fair, he is recording for a few projects, so hopefully those come out at some point. But
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is.
Hmm.
But as far as like epics, I would like to call them. I think the best one would be the "What If Martians Were in Dragon Ball" series I did with Professor Chimp a while back, and we're still doing stuff for it. It just takes a while, but
Yeah.
trying to balance like comedy and like with how like dark it gets, like with the last part, like there's a
Yeah.
it's an interesting dynamic, and also the concept of Goku not being the strongest person in the universe from the start.
Yeah.
Having
Oh, that's fair. That'd definitely make it different.
because Martian Manhunter, if you have him start in early Dragon Ball, he's just nuts
Oh, he would be.
as far as power scaling goes. So making him be this kami figure and like when Goku meets him first time, he tries to fight him, he just loses by being like flicked. It's like
Yeah, pretty much.
it's kind of funny. like Kami's like, I like this kid. He has a lot of potential. It's like, oh man, that universe is crazy with what goes on with it. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not ready when Z happens. I'll tell you that much. There's a lot that's gonna be crazy for that.
Yeah, fair enough.
That did remind me, how do you approach like balancing like humor, drama, and action for your like scenarios?
Um, that's a good question. Well, uh, probably need to add more of all of those to mine. Like, I make a couple of jokes
That's
every
fair.
now and then. There's definitely plenty of action, but in terms of drama, like, I haven't had to really touch upon that field just yet.
Is that something you're having a goal for your comeback for this year?
Well, yeah, it could be a little more dramatic. Maybe that might help. um, but yeah, no, with longer series, I could be a little bit, but I don't want to be like overly dramatic because I would be quite, annoying. I'd feel like a TV
Yeah,
sitcom.
I kind of get that.
um, but yeah, no, with the coming back, I've definitely got to do things differently. That's for sure.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, just refreshed, I suppose, would be the right word.
How do you manage to stay creative and avoid like repetitive patterns for your what if scenarios?
Well, I've tried to keep all the stories completely different from one another.
That is
Sometimes,
true.
like, they can seem like it's taking on the same part as one of the other parts, but then but I try to branch them off as much as possible, just for the sake of it being unique and different to all my other videos. Just quite difficult sometimes, though.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. That's how things are sometimes. So I assume you get a decent amount of comments. So have you
Yeah,
ever
I
received
support.
like any surprising or unexpected reactions for one of your videos?
Um, this one was from ages ago. I think it was on like my second crossover video of Sonic and Dragon Ball.
Okay.
Although the whole series in it. Anyway, for some weird reason, let me go pop up. I'm just getting up Studios so I can get this word for word. Let's have a look. Content. Scroll down even more. Just a little more. And here it is. Alrighty. Comments. Wait, why can I not see it?
Did they delete the comment? Probably.
No, I'm just trying to find where the comments are.
Oh, that's weird. I'll be honest with myself. I've gotten a few strange ones time to times, but to be fair, it's usually on videos I expect them to get it.
Oh, that's funny. Alrighty. So some random person went out of their way to say on one of my videos, this was like the second part, this was like 3 years ago. I really hate Sonic. This is disgusting. And so I went under the comment and wrote, "Why though?" Anyway, he never responded. And then I had my friend find that comment as well, and they said, "WTF? Why are you watching a Sonic video if you hate it?"
Where
I
it
don't
came
get
back.
why people would go out of their way just to go complain like
It's not
a
even
child.
about disliking the creators, just disliking the thing they're talking about specifically.
I know it's people are just weird sometimes.
Like, it's like if I'm anti-smoking, I go to a video reviewing cigarettes and be like, "Yeah, I hate smoking." Like, maybe I should have not been watching the video about smoking in the first place if I don't like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, no, that's when you just go find another video. It's simple as that. I won't
Yeah,
force people to watch my content. I'm
that's
not going to
true.
put them in a theater and force them to watch Dragon Ball Evolution for 10 hours straight.
I don't think your what ifs are that bad, but maybe a better analogy might have been better.
Oh boy.
I think we can call it here. I've had good talk here. We might pick up another time, hopefully. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, not a problem. I'll get work, double check, and run through that collab script.
But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed listening to this episode. If you want to hear me talk to other people, let them know they should be on, or I'll go out of my way and do it myself. Who knows? Whichever one comes first. And this has been Drew from What If Universe. Remind you that What If Universe, everything's possible. I totally botched my own outro right there. But today's been a day. I can't wait to record again, and I'll see you in the next one.